And a one fish, two fish. And a one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. Okay, I think I'm good on Twitch. And Yellow Charles. And a red fish, blue fish. I'm getting really annoyed with Marvelous Designer today. Charles. Hold on. Let's cut the echo. Let's pop over to check the YouTube. Let's put you over there. Let's come over here. Let's go over to the live. Let's come over here. Let's go over to the I think I hear myself. I think I hear myself. All right, I do hear myself. All right, we're good. We're good on YouTube. We're good on Twitch. I am running late, and I am running late for running late. So there's that. I still hear myself somewhere. I am running late. That's because YouTube isn't shut all the way down. There we go. That should be better. I am wrestling with Marvelous Designer, trying to get this to lay out in a nice way, and it's just not wanting to do it. And I'm trying to figure out where the tension is coming from. Maybe I should hide the belt for a little bit. So I'm trying to get this 70s outfit. And I thought I had made good progress, but then when I zoomed in and was looking at the mesh, I'm going, that's kind of ugly. And when it gets fitted to the Genesis 9, it just gets goofy stretched right in here. And no matter what I do, it's like, it says, no, 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 we're gonna make a really bad geometry right here. So I'm trying to wrestle this into shape. I think I'll hide the belt. We'll try that. And then I can get this loaded up into DAZ, and then maybe we can texture it. Maybe we can spend some time. Oh no, now this is just all totally in the way. And everything's just running slow today. It doesn't help. Let's put you over there. Hopefully I can get a new computer in the future. Oh, you just did not shrink, did you? You just kind of like moved. Where's that corner? There's that corner. All right, we just bring you over here. Now we put you over here. Nope. I let go. I moved the mouse, but it didn't register that. It registered the mouse move without the let go first. Okay, I think we're good. All right, so you're going to get to watch me wrestle with this for a little while. Sorry about that. Oh, Marvelous Designer is really being butt slow. Am I in? You know, switch you back to normal. That might help. So the idea, let me hide the belt. Here, let's, I'm going to just, let's stop the sim. Let's select the belt with these craptastic selection tools. I think I selected more than just the belt. No, it's just green. Never mind. Why are you still green? I mean, what I want is for this to lay flat. That would be nice. I can't figure out why that's not wanting to lay flat. All right, so my plan was to hide the belt for a little bit. See if I can just select just the belt without selecting anything else. That's not all of the belt. That's all of the belt. There we go. Let's deactivate that pattern slow, and we'll just hide that. And then I'm just going to see if we can simulate this into a better shape. Are these just too long? Let's do that. Let's try the fold tool, which I can't find, of course, because there it is. Can I just select you? And can we just say, hey, come on, let's be flat. And then can we just select you and do the same thing? And select you and do the same thing. And select you. Hey, you just purchased volleyball outfit from Render Hub. It also has the Marvelous Designer with it. Could you commission me to... Yeah, when I have time, we can do that. Separate out the material file so you can change the colors on it and the materials because it's not in great shape right now. Possibly. We'll see. It depends on how it meshes out. I wouldn't really do that with the Marvelous Designer file, though. It would be done mostly with the OBJ, or maybe even in DAZ, because there's a fair chance that if I do anything to the Marvelous Designer file, it won't line up with whatever they did for DAZ. I don't know. Let's see if this helps any. No, it just doesn't want to lay flat. And you can see it's kind of doing that weird angly thing on both sides here. I'm going to hide the avatar for a second so we can kind of see what's on the inside. Oh my god, it's so slow. You'll be posting a render with it tonight. All right. Hide avatar. I'm going to take a look at what's on the backside. You see that thing just gets crinkled up and doesn't want to flatten out, does it? And it's doing the same thing on the other side as well. What if I just... No, what if we just solidify you? I did solidify it, and that really doesn't do anything. I always marvel at the way Solidify really doesn't like to hold its shape. I haven't quite figured out what Solidify is good for yet. You know what? Maybe what I can do, we'll turn this off. Maybe I'll just reset these. I'm going to actually, let's chop that end off. So I can just maybe work with it a little bit better. Right through here. I think we'll do a cut and sew through here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset this and maybe even freeze it. And that way it'll be like a nice flat little plane. And then I just kind of have to position it where it's supposed to go. So here we'll do a cut and sew on that. Do I accidentally have something sewn in here? Or that's just telling me it's got a fold angle. I think it's just telling me it's got fold angles. Okay, if I control F those. Where'd you go? Oh, crying out loud, where are you? Probably not helping streaming. Let's get that in there. You know what? I'm going to freeze that. And then I'm just going to try to line you up where you go. That about. So I'm going to angle you a little like that. Maybe we bring you around a little like so. Just kind of going to angle you back just a little bit. Bring you in through here. So if I do this, I had no time. See, now are you just not sewn anymore? Oh, it's because I did that cut and sew, and of course it came loose. Oh, I hate cutting and sewing when it does that. I have to re-sew this back to these. That's freaking tedious. Anyhow, I'm kind of happy with that kind of holding things in place. So what I have to do, you know what, I'm just going to move you over here for a minute so that I can get this sewn onto here. I think, yeah, they got to go in here. So I have to do this in little teeny annoying little steps because of the way Marvelous Designer has decided to not weld things when we export. Come on. Okay. Okay, that should sew that back onto there. So hopefully that'll pull that back. You know what I probably should do is make that a flat piece and stick it behind there. And why are you just janked over? Is this thing sewn in the right spot? It is. But this just doesn't want to fit it nicely. All right, let's maybe tweak that shape there. I think you are over here somewhere, right? You are right there. Okay. You know what? I can do this. Let's try that over here. Do that. It, of course, is ignoring me. Control F. This drives me crazy, too, when I do the shortcut for this, and it does nothing. It does that a lot. Let's freeze that. We have a little bit more. I think I'm clicking on one axis and I'm actually grabbing the other. I can kind of see that. Now, does this help any? A little bit. That I'm still getting a little weird angle in there. That's kind of a bit better in here. Let me see if I can line that up. I think I'm still a little bit off. All right, let me see how that's going. I'm a little happier with that. I might need to pull these out just a little bit. So if I take that and that. Oh, and I have to grab all of these little teeny ass pieces because of the way I've got this thing set up. I get the feeling there's supposed to be another piece down here. Is that part of my problem? Am I sewn to the wrong thing here? Yeah, there's supposed to be one more. What are you? Yeah, I don't see you. Where are you? Yeah, that might be part of my... What? You're part of the belt loop. Really? No, I don't know what you are. I can't identify you. Where are you? Oh, you're all... Oh, that's right. I brought all of this over here. That's why I can't find it. Missed. Got it. Looking a little better. Maybe we can live with that. All right, let me get the belt back in here. I selected part of the waistband too. Because if I don't go far enough, even though I've marquee selected things, it's still not selecting them. Oh, now it's selected just part of it. There we go. The whole belt has been selected. Let's activate the belt and let's make it visible. And let's do this. What's going on in the back? Why is my back getting janky? Let's unhide the avatar. Is that in display? Avatar, show, avatar. And I'm going to try to figure out what you think is going on back here. All right, let me assign some layers and see if this will help clear things up a little bit. Let's put the belt loops on 10. Let's take the belt. And put it on 5. Still doesn't seem to be clearing it up. Maybe strengthen you up. Strengthen you up. Strengthen these up, see if that helps any. That does help. Okay. Oh, now it's decided that it needs to be above this, even though this has got a... You had a layer style on you. What happened? Oh, because you're different. Mm, mm, I'm not having a good day. I'm wallowing through mud here. That's how fast this is. I was hoping it would be a little faster if I turned the simulation off. Not today. I left part of that behind, didn't I? Yeah. Once again, it's I selected everything, but I didn't. Or I should say, I did draw the box all the way around it, but I did not select everything inside the box. If the simulation engine wasn't so good. Oh, now that wants to crawl underneath. I'll take care of that later. Get the feeling I should add some extra. Or should I just weld you onto you? That might make sense at this point. If I can find you, there you are. We're going to come in here and weld these up. So I'm trying to remember which way does it go. Is it I weld this to this? Is that how it goes? And merge is the word. Yeah, we go that way. Oh, now you've crawled underneath your belt loop, because why not? What do I have selected, and where does my belt loop go? I have the belt loop selected. It should. There, it's slowly making its way to the top. And now I've got kind of this little, which is fighting because of the layer. So we'll take the layer back off. And no, 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 no. Okay, did I put little folds in here? I did not. Let's do that. Try to get them to wrap a little bit. That might help things. I keep thinking I'm adding stuff, and yet I'm not. Let's say 140 on those. And let's come over here. And 140. Okay, we'll see how this goes. There we go. Do I have it? It's thinking about getting underneath again. You know what I think I need to do is I think I need to just cut and sew these and then set a layer on this so that'll pull up and these won't fight. So doing a little cut and sew on that. Come over to here. Tell that it's, where's the thing that says layer? Right there. Set you to layer 10. And that should want to sit on top of everything, and the others should be happy where they are. All right, there we go. That gets that to work. Those are frozen in place. I'm probably going to have to move them a little bit. All right, let's try Control A. Let's try to take all the layering off. Let's see if this will settle down. Let me see if I can get you pulled back out. I'm still getting weird wigglies in here. It just doesn't like the distances on those. I think this is better. Let's hit save. Let's try to fit this to the base figure and see how this looks like when we bring it over into DAZ. My problem is when it fits the base figure, it really stretches that waist out too much. But we'll try this. I'm not happy with you. I should just freeze everything and kind of work on things that bother me. Control A. And then we'll just freeze all of that. The top looks good. So I'll unfreeze the waistband. And I'm going to unfreeze this. And then I'm going to try to get that into a nicer shape. And then we'll freeze that up. And we'll move along. And I've got everything selected. Let's not do that. And I've got everything over. See, I actually grabbed part of the belt. I'm going to undo that. I want you. And I want you. And I want to unfreeze you. Yeah, I want it to sit on top, and it keeps trying to jank itself underneath. That's a little bit better. That are my That's a little better. Can I just get you to not be weird right there? It's like if it would just get it to a decent shape. That's not a decent shape. I should probably unfreeze the belt. And these as well. Do I still have solidify on? Yeah, let's unsolidify that because it just chose a bad place to be while it was solid. I think I'm going to try to redo the belt loops a little bit. Okay, so those need to be, I think those need to be 3s. So let's redo that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. I'm going to move that so it sits about 3. Wouldn't it be nice if I had a number in there? Oh, there it is. I see it off on the side. 2, 8, 9, 3, kind of like right there. I'm going to add a little bit of, then I'm just going to kind of re-add this back in. And I'm going to see if I do this. So actually I can just kind of drag you. Now I'm going to just get rid of you. It's probably easier. And then I can kind of see what I'm doing with this. So that is 3, which is equal to this. Then I'm just going to put a little line in there and see if that helps any. The top settled down. This bottom, though, doesn't want to really settle down. How bothersome. And even though I do have part of that selected, when I went to focus on the selected part, it decided to do something else. You know what? My angle is off a little bit on the sewing, I think. Can I do something goofy like this? I select all of that. And can we put elastic on all of that to be 100 and 100? I think part of the problem is I don't have these aren't quite even, are they? So it's giving me a kind of a janky shape. I can't even figure out where you are. What are you sewn to? You're over here. I have another idea. This is going to just be a... Let me put a fold on here. I don't know. Let's set you to be like 240. Does that give me... No, let's set you to be... No, I like that, except the rest of this is not coming around in a nice way. So if we set you all to 120... That helps a little bit. I'll set you to 220. And we'll set these to 120. 120 might be a touch much. We'll say 130 on that. You just look like you're going the wrong way. Yeah, you're 180. You're 220. Oh, now you're starting to... I feel like I should just unsew this stuff, let that get into shape, and then freeze it, and then sew these on. All right, let's try this. Okay, I'm gonna deactivate and hide these. That's right, I can do that, and I don't have to break the sewing. So let's do that. Let's deactivate pattern and sewing on those. This is gonna get into a nice shape. Maybe I just need to make these longer or something. Maybe they're just a little too short. And then once all of that is done, let's Control A, Control K, Control K again. Grab these. Let's try that again. Yeah, I totally didn't want a polygon selection tool, but what the heck, we'll work with it. Okay, we'll unfreeze those. And then we'll activate. I guess when I froze them, you are... Okay, so let's deactivate pattern and sewing on these guys. Let's Control A and unfreeze everything. So that all goes back into shape. I think what happened is when I froze these up, they thought they should come back to life. How is the front of my... Did you all go to hell? Did I, Yeah, after all that trouble when I broke this, didn't I? Let me see if I can back up to here before I break that again. I went to all that trouble to make those nice and flat, and then I accidentally unfroze them. There we go. Okay, so let's do this. Control A. No, let's hide these. Can I just maybe deactivate these? Does that keep me from breaking them? I can deactivate them but keep the sewing on and then bring them back later. Maybe that's what we'll do. So now I am going to... Oh, those are deactivated. We're going to deactivate pattern and sewing on those. No, I'm going to leave those as is, but what I want to do is unfreeze. Let's Control A and unfreeze everything. And then I can just freeze these back up. I can unfreeze that, or I can freeze that, so that should be good. So are my belt loops still hidden like they're supposed to be? Looks like they're good. All right, let's try this. Okay, so the belt is all looking good. You're looking really janky again. And you're totally janky. All right, Control A. Control K. Come over here. Oh, dang it. When I do that and these freeze, it gets weird. So I want to freeze everything but these. You know what? I'm going to move you guys out of the way. And of course, I just clicked on something I wasn't actually clicking on. So we put you guys up there. Now we can just grab everything else. Freeze it. Then we can just reactivate you. We can do this. We can set the layer on that to make sure it wants to come on top. You know what part of it is? I think there's the thickness factor. So I'm going to... How are the other ones looking? See, that's not too bad, except it just doesn't want to settle down. Maybe I just need to make these a little bit bigger. Let's try that. And then maybe it'll give me a nice fold in there. So what I did is I made that 3, but I think, no, maybe we pull that out. And kind of get you centered up a little bit better. And if I come over here, I thought if I made it 3, it would like sit better on top, but it's getting a little weird. Let's see if this works any better. Yeah, that just doesn't want to sew on top, does it? There we go. That's looking a little better. I think I can live with those. Let's just check the other ones. Still looks weird at some angles, but I think it's going to be okay. And you're fighting me a little bit. What are the others? Are you just totally jank? You're okay, which is annoying because you're exactly the same as this one, and this one's having issues. You have gotten a little janky back here. I don't know, maybe... And I probably should add a little bit of roll in here just to get it to come up over the belt loop just a little bit better. And maybe we'll just add a little bit more room in here. So, give it a little more room there. Move that a little bit more towards center. And see if that is doing any, if that relaxes it a little bit. It's still wiggling, but not as bad as the other one. Okay. Let's tweak you a little bit. Let's see if that helps any. No. Why? Is it just my sew lines aren't lined? They're about lined up. If I get rid of this, it's going to weld into weird polys on top of each other. That's the reason why I have to live with this little line here in the middle. Otherwise, what it's going to do is when I export it, it'll weld this with what's underneath it into a bad poly form. I'm probably going to live with that. Are you looking okay? You're looking like you're kind of stuck in this corner for some reason. We'll pull that out. Let's see if we let it sew back down, if that helps any. That did help. Okay. Maybe that's all I need to do is just kind of pull them up and let them set back down. I think this one looked fine. Why does my belt look weird there? That's annoying. I think, oh, I'm getting stuck in the arm. That's what's happening. Are you okay? You're looking okay, I suppose. All right, let's hit save on this so I have a good save point. Let's try to reactivate everything except for these, which is kind of annoying. So make sure the sim is turned off. Do that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just refreeze that. Clicked on the wrong thing. Refreeze that. And this. Okay, now when I run this, let's see if the belt sorts itself back out, because the belt picked up a weird shape. I think that's part of it. It's not strengthened, is it? If we strengthen it up, will that fix it? Yeah, that fixes it. Okay. Although now you're just pushing through part of that belt loop for no reason. Stop that. It should be okay. You have just gotten awful weird over here, haven't you? Does it just have to do with these not being frozen? Oops. I didn't want to freeze those. I wanted to strengthen those. The lag is killing me here. I'm doing something and seeing it not happen, and then I end up doing something else, and then the thing that I didn't see happen happens. I mean, maybe my belt loops just need to be a little bit longer. And you're just wonky over there, aren't you? I don't know. Do I have elastic on here? I think the elastic was working against me, but I thought I might have had some on here earlier. I put a little bit on there. Does that help? Helps a little bit. Maybe we add a little bit here and here. And here and here. It's just making things worse. I'm thinking. You know, I'm gonna hit save. Let's see if we can convert this over to the base shape. I feel like I had a nice shape earlier, and then somehow it's just. Well, I didn't. I was getting real garbage down in there. So I have hit save. Let's do this and add to workspace and load as a morph target and say okay to that. And that may stretch things out into a nice shape, but we'll see. You didn't get stretched into a nice shape. You're just bad. Does this just get weird janky over here? Nope, that looks fine. My belt looks like it just gets pinched in there. You're just flopping off. I actually kind of like you, except I wish you wouldn't drift off to the side like that. Why don't you bridge instead of drifting? What is going on there? I have all this geometry here, and yet it decides to slide that way. Does this just have to do with weft and things? See, my brain is thinking it would bridge. Its brain is thinking I'm going to bow. I wonder if there's something in the settings for this that I can tweak to keep it from doing that. Here, we'll take a look at the, I don't know, what if I set this to full grain leather? Does that change anything? Ooh, much better. Actually, let's set the belt to full grain leathers as well. Maybe that'll help things with its shape. It already says full grain leather for the belt. Okay. Yeah, actually, I think that improves that. All right, so what do we got going on over here? I have what looks like a weird little weirdness. Is that, do I just have some weird sewing going on, or no, you're just being weird? I don't know. What if I make the waistband full grain leather? That actually gets it to hold its shape a bit better. I think that might be okay. I think I'm going to add a little bit of curving onto here to try to get those to loop a little bit better. You're still a little weird there. I might live with that. And how close are you guys? See, at least they stayed outside the mesh, so that's good. You're at a weird angle though. I think I have to angle those out a little bit. This is getting really close to the avatar down in here. So to do this, all right, we have simulation. We have the simulation turned off. I'm gonna come over here and grab those, and I'm also gonna grab that. And we're gonna kick it out just a little bit like that. Maybe drag it out a little bit. Maybe do this and let it settle in. Yeah, now it's just developed this really weird gap that it doesn't want to close. There it goes. That was annoying. I gotta say, I'm a little unhappy how I can not able to get that to make a nice round shape. I'm probably going to have to just clean that up with Blender. We'll probably pull this belt out a little bit and reshape it a little bit with Blender, I think. Because you see... That looks like it's getting Wonder if what do I got going on in here? I have this piece sewing into this. I wonder if I have a size mismatch. Let's double check that if I can find that piece. It shouldn't. It's possible I didn't sew it right because I'm totally blaming Marvelous Designer for all my bad sewings. You know what I'm not seeing? I am seeing that sewn in right. Wonder if I put elastic on that instead of 200 if that'll do anything. I'm simulating. All right, turn that off. We're going to come over here to, oh, you know what? I keep forgetting about seam taping. Oh, I do have elastic on there, and it says 80. There's my problem. I have no idea where that came from. That's what's causing that weird janky in there. Of course, that didn't seem to fix it because I have the elastic on to 0. Elastic off. Elastic off. And elastic off. That got sewn into one of these. Let's just kind of, that has elastic on over there. That's probably what's, maybe not. What about you? You have elastic on too. Do I need any elastic on this thing at all? I wonder if I inadvertently put elastic on the whole thing and wasn't even paying attention. That would be something I might do. So we'll select all of those. On and off. That might have been my problem the whole time. I think I'm good here. I think I finally got a decent shape. Let's take a look at the belt. Make sure they're all just sitting on top like they're supposed to. I think I'm good enough. Let's give this a go and throw it in the DAS. I gotta put you back again. So actually, I'm gonna back up. Back up to the base file, make sure I've got all that elastic undone. Then I'm going to refit it again. So let's open project. I'm not going to save. Hopefully I can redo all of this. Do you want to save? No. I want you. Okay. Yes. Okay, what did I... You just came apart all over the place, didn't you? So I want to unfreeze everything but these two. Control A. Make sure I'm not simulating. Control K. Then we come back into here. And I'm going to freeze that. And I'm going to freeze that. I want to make sure I have the whole belt solidified. I'm not sure what it's doing over here. Let me make sure that my layers are set to 0. I don't know if that did anything. The fact that it's still on red makes me think that everything isn't actually 0. Everything there is in 0. Everything here is 0. No idea why this isn't settling down. It's just so angry, isn't it? And look at that. Once again, I missed a couple of pieces because selection sucks in this program. I don't even know if I selected that piece. Let's... what is wrong with you? Why is that way inside there? That's part of my problems. For some reason, that got stuck inside. And it just won't come out. Let's reopen. So let me unfreeze and then freeze and then save. Okay, let's hit save on that. Let me deactivate and hide the shirt because I think it's in good shape, actually. Only thing I might want to do is maybe get that knot a little chunkier, but I don't know. It's probably okay. And now I've gone too far. So here, let's just do that. We'll deactivate. We'll hide. So when I activate this, maybe I should just deactivate that for just a little bit. You know, I thought I had selected it, and of course I right-clicked on something else and changed my selection. That's not... There it is, deactivate pattern. I'm going to leave the sewing in there. So are you angry right now? You are not angry. You're fine. Okay, so let's activate this. Now it's good. Now it's fine. Now it's all fine. At some point, we're going to add a belt buckle, and the part of the belt buckle is going to go through that, and it's going to come over here and over here. What I probably should do, I probably should freeze this. I think I'm going to unsew that, bring it out. Try to get that to form into a little nice round shape by itself, and then we can put it back. And actually, let's freeze everything but that, right? Because I kind of want to leave this space in here too. And I'm going to try to get this to turn into a nice little round shape. So we're going to unfreeze you. I'm going to just move you over here just a little bit. That did not do anything. So I'm going to unsew these for just a bit. And it's meshing patterns, even though it doesn't really need to. But it needs a hobby, I suppose. And here, let's grab you. Let's pull you out here. Let's unfreeze you. And let's make sure you're strengthened. And let's see. Okay, now it's mad. It's still sewn to, oh, there's the other side sewn. That's right. Let's fix that. Wait, aren't you supposed to be sewn over here, or did I get rid of the wrong sewing? I deleted the wrong sewing, didn't I? See, what I want is I want to sew that to that. It's liable to just blow itself into the next dimension. So here, we'll try to, did that work? Of course that didn't work. Why do I keep thinking Control F will actually do something? That time it did something. Look at that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use a pin. We're going to pin a couple of corners on here. And do I have you sewn? I think I did. I did have you sewn. So let's take my pin lasso, grab that, and we'll put a pin right there. That should hold it in place. And hopefully we do that. Let's try this again. I can do some more lasso pinning, right? We'll do those. I'll get that. We'll get that. I'm going to come over here. I click on you. I need my, why is this? Because it's still, because I clicked on a pin or something, didn't I? Let's take that down to something small, because I think that might be getting in my way right now. Is 0.1 the smallest I can do? I suppose. And then if we do this, does it roll? Nope. Maybe if I use the fold tool to add a couple of folds in here. We'll kind of do that. Kind of do that. See if that works. Or is it still going to freak out? Man, do I have pressure on here or something by accident? I thought I might have thought that pressure was a good idea at some point. I do have pressure. Maybe at this point I don't need it anymore. No, it just doesn't want to become a nice little rolly thing. It was happy before. I actually managed to get it to work at some point. Can I just put it back? This really didn't work out, did it? I am putting it. I'm going to just put it right back to where it came from. And I'll try to maybe fix it in Blender is what I'm thinking. So what do we got? We got okay, we got this. Uh let's put you back to where you belong. What is my edit? Do I have I wish this would say what the next undo was. Or being able to see history, that might be a good idea. Okay, control A, control K. I'm going to freeze up this part. I'm going to freeze up the other part. We'll hit save. We'll then fix it to the other dude. I think we're good. Did I hit save? I thought I hit save. There goes the save. All right, let's redo this. Add to workspace. Load as a morph target. Say okay. I don't think it did anything. You know what? I've got part of my thing is hidden too. Let's control A. Let's just make sure everything is visible. I don't know. Maybe you did come in. You do look like you're a little mannish now. It's those man boobs that fool me. Dang it. Oh, dang it. That I thought I had those frozen up. Damn it. I do have those frozen up. Oh, it's because I accidentally activated them with everything else. So I got to get back in there and refreeze them. Too bad there's not a way I can make a simple toggle for that. Make it easier for me to just reach in and just set the group and then freeze and unfreeze as I need it. Instead of having to do this all the time. Okay, we're simulating because I can still see the belt loop still clipping inside. Oh no, there we go. We're good. We're good. The rest of this look good? Are you looking all right? I think you're looking all right. I think I'm ready to try to get it into DAZ again. Let's try this. I'm going to hit save. I'm actually going to export it out from another version, an older version. Because I'm not sure if I've got everything connected properly, and the other version will just automatically weld properly. Let's do this. I gotta sign in. I don't know why I have to sign in again. I just did it a little while ago. I've got nothing to drink. Oh no. Oh wait, I got coffee. Yay. And there was much rejuicing. Oh, no, you're over there. No, skip. What the frick? It did that thing where it brings up a window here, but then it's got another window hanging out over here, stopping everything. Okay, this is the older version from like not last June, but the year before. This is a 2024 version of which actually exports better. Somebody who I refer to as not a rocket scientist decided to update the OBJ exporter last year, and it has never quite worked as well again. File, open, project. I should save this. Did I save this? I'm going to cancel that. Can I switch over to you? It looks like I switched over to you, but I don't think I have. File. I may have accidentally saved it like this. Oh no, you're just stuttering. That's what's going on. It's mad. I opened up another version. Oh, now it's grinding to a halt. Arrgh. And now it's gone. Like we couldn't see that coming. Let's see. Let me see if I accidentally oversaved it though. If I did that, I can get back to that later and worry about it. Open project. What time is it? It's 3:43. 3:40. I did accidentally oversave. Yeah. All right, let's save this out. I'm going to do that. File, export, OBJ selected. I'm going to overwrite the top. Thin, weld, and in meters. Okay. Oh no, I forgot to reset the UVs. let me take a look at my UVs because I was moving things around and chopping things up. And I can't even remember where the UV editor is in here anymore. There we go. You know what? Actually, my UVs are probably okay. Except I probably should reset them. All right, we're going to reset the UVs, then I'm going to do this. Just to make sure there's nothing really weirdly amiss. It's loading over on screen too. Which my computer actually thinks is the main screen. Yeah, let's take a look at the auto save. That's probably not what I needed, is it? Actually, you know what? That puts me back to before my morph, which is about where I wanted to be. So let's file save as project. Yep, we're totally lost because it picked up the autosave. Whip. I'm going to overwrite that. I'm going to move these back over here, and then we're going to reset the UVs. So you're going to live in there. Do the UV editor. They're just going to reset the 2D arrangement and then fit and say OK. I'm going to hit save again. I'm going to just come back to the 2D window. Control A. We are not simulating. Okay, let's activate. Let's make everything visible. I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, let's refreeze this and the other thing. Then I'm going to save that. Then we'll fit it to the Genesis 9 base. Hit save on that. Come over to our avatars. Genesis 9 base, add to workspace, open ad. We're going to do an add. We're going to move these just a little bit, I think. Oops, that didn't come in as a morph target. Dangity dang it. I thought I chose a add to workspace. I must have clicked on the wrong thing. Load as morph target. There we go. All right, I think that did good. It's done. We're going to tweak the positioning of these frozen bits. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to angle them just a little bit. Dang it. I forgot to hold the shift key down. There we go. So let's rotate you just a hair like that. Let's see if we can get that to relax a little bit better. Let's just make sure that that says the belt loops are set to leather. I think that was one of the fixes we did, which I forgot to repeat over here. So we're going to do, where did I went right by it, I think. Nope. Woven. There we go. Some right there, full grain leather. All right. You know, they're actually looking a lot nicer now. You are a little off. That's better. You got a little. Are you doing that funky shit again? You are doing that funky shit. No. Oh no, I hadn't stopped the simulation for a little while. I hate it when I forget to do that. You know what I did do? I did make that. That does say full grain leather, and it's still not accurate. Is the belt still full grain leather? Nope. Let's make the belt full grain leather and see if that also helps. I think that was one of the other things I did. It's like I'm so close, and the stupid simulation just doesn't want to settle. There we go. Let's hide the top. Apparently, it's having too much fun. Oh no, that stupid thing blew up again. That's what I was having the issues with earlier, right? Yay! Every time I think I'm close, I then make a little change and I screw it all up. You're supposed to sit on top. I had it fixed when I frozen, didn't I? Or I deactivated him, froze everything else. Oh, you broke again. What the frick? You were fine last time I looked at you. See, you're fine. I'm gonna just freeze you, dude. Let's try that again. And maybe you won't explode this time. And then we'll just deactivate these. And I'm just going to make sure I have no elastic on here. Yeah, it says I got no elastic. Why are you rolling so funny? What are you? Oh, are you just, you're another belt loop. Okay. You're part of the top, aren't you? You're the collar. You're the freaking collar that I missed when I marquee selected this shirt. Because of course I did. I'm not going to worry about you for right now. You know, this back just won't set right. It insists on doing weird stuff. Let's take a look at maybe maybe I did want that line that I wasn't clicking on. So my 2D length is 285, my 3D length is 376. Why? Why is it shifting the size of that 2D line? That's what we want to know. See, when I do that, something in here is pulling stuff at weird angles. It might be these. I might need to put an angle or something on that. So I'm going to undo that elastic I just did. And let me see if maybe these are the things that hold the belts in place. And maybe I just need to put some angles or folds on those. Do I have any weird fold strengths on those right now? And is that giving me my problem? No, they're just set to 180s. You know what? Let's do. So these should be either 90 or 270. And I'm not even sure which one I'm clicking on. I'm not even on the right one, am I? I am on that. Okay. So let's see if we can force these into a better shape. Christmas is angle. Do I have an angle in here? I don't get an angle in here. I have to do this. There we go, 100, and I'm going to say 90. I hit the space bar. I hit the space bar again. Oh, it's because I'm still in that dialog box. I think 90 was the right way to go. I don't know. I can always do this with the fold. I probably should just do the... Uh-oh. I clicked on something I didn't mean to click on. Right? We want you to be a little angle kind of like that. Do I see that over here now? No, it's right there. It says 91. Okay. It's fine. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do that. We'll come down here. We'll get that one in here. You need to... I think we need to pull you down like so. And I want one right in here. So I think you go... No, you're good. Oh, I'm on the wrong sew angle there. Anyhow, let's see how this is. Is that working any better? Yeah, that's making an improvement already. I can see it now. So that should be 270. That should be a 90. That's probably, that should, be like 90. That probably should be, I don't know, maybe 270. Maybe 90. There we go. We're getting there. I'll just have to remember to do this to the base. Now, where's the other side? It's over here. Okay. Let me see if I can get that to do. So I think this was like 90. I can't tell which way that went. I think that went the right way. That needs to be... Well, We did a 90 before on that. I think that one was also a 90. And I think that was a 270. One of these isn't looking right. So I don't know, that might be a 270. Maybe that was not, maybe that was supposed to be 90, and maybe we said, what am I? I'm clicking on the wrong things here. Is that my problem? I can't tell what I'm doing. I changed the number and I see nothing happen. That's my problem. I'm getting there if I could just line these up right. I think I got half of it. Right? We got that side looking good. Now we just got to kind of convince this side that it wants to be cool. And the bottom is looking good. So it's just a matter of trying to sort out what I've got going wrong here. And it's past 4. Damn it. I'm going to fix this up. We're going to export it, and then we're going to call it a day. I don't know. I want to say one of these is off. And I don't think it was that one. And I keep getting buried in a sleeve. Yeah, that's definitely pulling up the other way, right? So that's totally a 90. Is good. You know, over here it doesn't look so bad. So should this just, is that 90? Nope, that's probably the 270. There we go, found it. Finally. So I gotta get the loops reattached. We'll do that. And we'll be looking for somebody to read. I can't see chat anymore, damn it. Sorry about that. You know, I dragged that one way and it went the other. Nothing happened in chat. Okay, so we're good. All right, Control A. Freeze. I did not see a color change. Control A. Control K. Nope. Control A. Control K. Okay. Let's undo. Unfreeze these. And they've been activated. Okay, and then they should be going back. See, that one. Oh, come on, guys. Look at that. It got this weird little flip in it. Why? I don't know. Real fabric never does that. There, I think that's going to be okay. I think that one looks good. I think that one looks good. I may have my good pants now. All right, let's do a file save as. I can't see the top of my. Did I lose the top? There we go. Oh. I put it there, I let go, but it didn't register until I moved the mouse again. A file save as. Save as project. I'm going to overwrite that one there. So I didn't really get much accomplished other than getting this in a little bit better shape. I think I'm happier with this. I wish it just didn't take me 2 hours to be dicking around with it. That looks like, what is going on here? Oh, is that the collar? Is that the collar doing funky ass shit going down in the city? It probably is. No, you're. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I have to resettle this shirt because that stupid collar got loose. I'm gonna freeze the. I'm gonna freeze those. I'm gonna unfreeze the shirt and probably freeze the sleeves to help anchor the rest of the shirt down. Nope, you're being. Stop it. Okay, let's see. This is gonna be unhappy. Part of that's not going anywhere. Is that stupid collar? I have no idea what are you? Are you the trim? I'm going to look. It's getting a little frustrated every time I try to do a thing. And it's because of that stupid collar I didn't select, even though I did. I'm going to maintain that I totally had it selected. And it's so annoying. I keep doing the reset and it does nothing. So I'm going to just select everything. I'm just going to grab those. It's like I had the top finished, but the collar got out of place, and then the top blew up. So I'm going to see if maybe... What is going on here? I'm probably going to try to get out of here in a couple minutes. I don't know. Is there somebody on we should raid? Did I not reset you? I'm not even sure what you are. You are the collar. Why does the collar keep getting wonky? Why can I not reset the collar? Did the collar get frozen? Is that what it is? Now let me see if this will... Oh, my stupid belt got unfrozen again, though. I'm going to raid out. I'm calling... This is just gone over the deep end. Thanks for being here, Charles. It's good to see you, man. We will be back tonight, 8 p.m. for the Saturday Night Social. Let's go find somebody to say hi to. I think Taddy Bidet is on. Well, it looks like he's gaming, but we'll go over and hang out with Taddy. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. He is playing The Dark Picture. Is that what it says? Anthology Man of Medan. Yeah, Napsmore, thanks for being there. Appreciate it. So's a Touch of Chaos, although she doesn't go by that name anymore. I think we'll just raid Taddy. We'll do that. Hey, if there's anybody over on YouTube, thanks. I appreciate that. Like and subscribe. Hey, if you're on Twitch, feel free to join the raid. Here's a raid call. And we will be back tonight at 8 p.m. For the Saturday Night Social. Feel free to drop stuff in the Discord gallery if you want to join us and share. And I'll do Tad. I'm going to copy and paste this. What am I doing? Don't type Taddy Bidet. You will never get it right. There we go. Did that work? I don't see the raid started. /raid Control V. Raid has been started with 6 viewers. Okay, I think we're good. All right, thank you all for being here. We will catch you later. Let's go over and say hi to Taddy. I keep trying to copy things and it keeps not happening. Anyhow, yeah, if I don't see you tonight, I hope you have a good rest of a Saturday or Sunday. For those of you on the happy side of the planet, hasta la vista, baby. There we go.